Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. And Leo, just as you've seen me do your past life reading, today I like to focus specifically on your shadow and to see if we could free you from the shackles of the shadow's power. But you might be asking, what in fact is a shadow? In layman terms, ladies and gentlemen, a shadow is simply an anomaly. It's an other. It's your evil twin. It's a doppelganger, as is described in literature. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the shadow has been amongst us for years, for centuries. Even Shakespeare once noted, out, brief candles. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hours upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury signifying nothing. To die, to sleep, perchance, there goes the rub here. So, what we're going to do here is that I'm going to examine a few areas where I feel you may be having most difficulties. Okay, I'm going to look at what you seem to be denying in your situation. I'm going to look at various anxieties. And then we're going to move on to focus on the things that make you feel inferior, the things that anger you, or the qualities that you most dislike in other people or accepting in yourself. Okay? And then we're going to move on to um, revealing secrets that you harbor that you don't really share with others, as well as where your safe self-hatred might lie. Okay? So as indicated, I'm going to be using my shadow tarot deck here in order to convey your messages to you today. And so I'm going to go on and just shuffle up right now, and I'm going to ask Spirit, what insights can you provide me into Libra's shadow? And Libra, realize that this reading has no expiration period, so it might be something that you might want to work with along the way here. Okay, just keep an open mind. Rest assured, Libra, that this reading may not and will not resonate for each and every one of you out there, but for those for whom this reading is meant, I do certainly hope it offers you the information that you're seeking. Okay, Libra, I'm going to warn you up front. I'm going to be saying a lot of things about you that might make you upset. And if it does make you upset, Libra, I've done my job, okay? Because the shadow is not something that is to make you happy. It should make you upset, all right? So what we're going to do is to learn how to surrender these toxic patterns that really have not been getting you anywhere, okay? So I'm going to start off by just pulling a card from the bottom of the deck here just to see the energy that's surrounding this question. Wow, we have the Five of Cups. So many of you already know what this card means, and look how it looks. Look at the symbolism there in this reading. All right. So, of course, it refers to a water type, energy type sign here, but this upright five, it represents, well, particularly the upright cans here, it represents the successes that many of you had gained in the past. And these ones that are kind of turned over or tipped, these reveal your failures, okay? So, what I'm seeing here with this card, despite all of these negative tendencies that you guys seems to display, and we all do, all right? We all have a shadow. This card offers you hope. It urges you, ladies and gentlemen, to release the past, release past traumas. Because a lot of you have been hurt and disappointed, or even felt, or perhaps even feel a sense of hopelessness, or a feeling that you have hit rock bottom in some aspect of your life. Okay? It's time that you surrender obsessive negative thinking here. Stop focusing on things you feel you've lost and try to examine things still present. As you see here in this card here, we have still a few cups that are still standing up here, but you're only worried about those that you've spilt. The glass is not half empty, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Trust your intuition a bit more and live in this moment. Because some of you might even be, I feel that some of you may have experienced, it looks like even a miscarriage or a separation or of some sort, or abandonment, or perhaps some of you are feeling a sense of rejection. You have to understand it's because of your own destructive tendencies that may have caused this. Okay? However, usually with this card, things are usually salvageable should you wish them to be. All right? And what this card is even suggesting, ladies and gentlemen, is that in order to kind of embrace the true essence of this card, is that you're going to have to let go of resentment and fear. Because some of you also might have lost someone due to a death as well, I'm getting here. And all of these things are compounding so much so to cause you to kind of embrace your shadow, which you want to let go. Or some of you may even be feeling a sense of mistreatment, or perhaps. And this might even stem from childhood, that you're still carrying into this life, your adult life, which is not working for you, is it, Libra? Okay? Let's move on and see what you're denying, or just look at negative and positive polarities people tend to point out about you, and those parallel. You seem to have a hard time sometimes accepting what people say. So we're going to look at what really is blocking you. So let's go on and select another card here. We have the King of Wands. Wow. And you know that usually the King of Wands is a very, very ambitious type card here. So this card is telling you that many of you are very impatient, or you are narcissistic, fearful. You are someone who hates listening as well as accepting others' advice when you know it's probably for your better good. Okay? Or just simply being stubborn and bossy, and just making all type of, just being so impulsive, or always being self-righteous, mean-spirited, and sensitive to other needs. It's your way, isn't it, Libra, or the highway, or a con artist, that people tend to tell you about yourself. A liar, someone that seems to be very controlling, very domineering, do whatever he or she takes to get anything that he or she wants here. Okay, it's like winning at all costs. It doesn't matter what you're kind of getting. Let's move right along and select another card to see what might be causing anxieties in your situation. What makes you nervous, or what makes you touchy? Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so one of the things that I'm seeing here is that you feel touchy or nervous a lot when you make immature, unfocused decisions. And some of you might even have difficulty accepting and or embracing your own true sexuality here. Okay? Also, when you receive an unexpected bill, it causes you to be touchy. When you're bored because someone is criticizing you so much. And when you constantly repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again, and just simply just being your own worst enemy, and thinking others are going to be accepting your bullshit. They're not. So you need to release these negative tendencies. Having a low self-esteem, ladies and gentlemen, and constantly second guessing your intuition, all of these things contributes to your anxieties that you're having, or that you have been kind of feeling lately. And this card is also, it's kind of asking you to just, stop really second guessing yourself and trust your intuition. Now let's look at what may cause you to feel inferior or what might even cause you to lack confidence. All right? We have the Nine of Wands. And with having that card, ladies and gentlemen, it seems to suggest that some of your feelings could even stem from childhood or from the past. It usually happens when you're feeling uncertain or doubtful about a situation, or when you always try to evade or run away from your problems or simply ignore them, or when, ladies and gentlemen, you are being cold and very defensive, particularly when someone asks you questions that you just don't want to answer, or when you simply don't want to stand up for yourself, or when you act cowardice, okay? Wishy-washy and don't want to compromise with another. These are all the things that causes you to feel inferior. Or when you are very, very suspicious of someone. And all of these things that you might be suspicious of another person or feeling about another person, these things are within you as well. Okay? You're gonna have to break these destructive patterns. Okay? Now let's discover your anger here. Let's see what qualities that you tend to dislike in others, either in yourself or you just simply have a hard time accepting. We have the Four of Wands. Okay, this is usually a very positive card here, but what I'm seeing here is that you certainly have a hard time letting go of someone. Okay, you hate feeling isolated and dealing with someone who is unstable, both financially and, you know, uh, emotionally wise. I'm getting. You don't know what to feel when it comes to marriage. I'm getting, and you dislike criticism. Once again, I have to stress that. You have a hard time accepting others' success, despite how you thinking at this time, particularly if an individual with whom you are seeing have surpassed you in some way. Understand that everyone has their own story here. You should never get jealous over someone else's success. These feelings, ladies and gentlemen, can certainly lead to all sorts of problems: health issues, drug usage, drinking, prostitution, abuse, as well as anything else associated with something toxic. It brings out your more devious side, I'm getting. Now let's move right along and look at secrets. Okay? Look at those things that you rarely talk about with others. Okay? Perhaps they might even be even your family secrets. And wow, guess what that card that comes out here? The Devil. Oh my goodness, Libra. So these are major problems, okay? So you seem to have an inability to truly love yourself. You don't love yourself. It's particularly those of you who are low vibes. You have a tendency to be very greedy, stingy, stuck on materialistic things, allowing negative thoughts to keep you trapped. Or you constantly continue to be a victim, taking life too seriously or just being too controlling and using all types of drugs, alcohol, various other intoxicants, or being overly dependent on others, having these unusual sexual proclivities, and being destructive, or that you've been battered yourself through violence in the past. And these things seem to have been unnecessary, but you just didn't want to take a stance on it and move beyond your problems. Last but not least, we're going to look at your self-loathing, where your self-hatred lies, ladies and gentlemen. What dissatisfies you? Wow. You have the Five of Pentacles there. So, one of the main things that certainly dissatisfy you is when you're broke, when you're feeling a sense of rejected, when someone is shunning you, When you are envious, once again, of others' success. When your pride, Libra, prevents you from asking for assistance that you know you need. When you feel abandoned or impoverished, or when you hit again rock bottom. When your resources, ladies and gentlemen, begin to dwindle. Okay? All these things contribute to save self-hatred because you don't trust your intuition. And you need to understand that money cannot and never will be able to get you the happiness or the success that you're seeking. Yeah, it's good to have it, but it can't buy you love. All right? So, Libra, I'm going to go on and just pull out another deck of cards here to just give you a few more messages on a few things that you might want to consider surrendering as you move forward here. Let me see if I can find my cards here. Okay, let's see. Here they go. So, Libra, let's look at a few things that you might want to consider surrendering as you move forward here. And again, this reading has no expiration date. If it resonates with you, Libras, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and share with others to whom you think might benefit from this. So, Spirit, what final messages would you like for me to share with Libra regarding this situation here? And I'm only going to select 4 cards here before closing, okay? What final messages would you like for me to share with Libra regarding this situation? What else do they might need to release or surrender as they transform this situation? Okay, since this card wanted to flip up here, it's very obvious that someone is addicted to a lot of things here, just as I said in the reading. So whether you are addicted to substances, people, food, sex, or even overworking, it's time that you take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Surrender to wonder and awe. It's time that you open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life, because this attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Next message. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of constantly fighting against it. Because when you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you the peace that many of you are, in fact, seeking. And last message with these cards, it's time that you surrender obsessive thinking. Understand that if you are in fact obsessing about a person or even a situation, it's time that you determine the dilemma over to spirit, because doing so will certainly help you bring clarity, as well as Libra solve the problem or the issues that have been plaguing you. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with one final message, ladies and gentlemen, from Spirit with my postcards here. And keep in mind, Libra, if this reading has resonated, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you feel might benefit. And go on and just hit that description button. Okay? If you'd like a more personal reading, my information will be contained in the description box. So here's your final message from Spirit. All right, let's see what we have. Here's your postcard, and I'm going to read it as it is written. Dearest you, miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you will see so many moments of synchronicity when all of the right people, the right place, the right opportunities, and the right time just showed up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before a miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you, and you will never, ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, and when they will show up. and perhaps even what they will do for you. All of that is our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. That would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. If you only knew how much you were loved. Okay? So, Libra, this is what I have for you, okay? This is a very welcoming message here that the Spirit would like to leave with you in closing. Be sure to like and share, subscribe, and if you like a more personal reading, the information is contained in the description box. Enjoy your day, okay? Thanks a lot.